United Kingdom announced introduction of mandatory digital identity cards for citizens and residents. Hello and welcome back to Discovery Learning. Today we're exploring a major policy shift announced in the United Kingdom, the introduction of mandatory digital identity cards for citizens and permanent residents. In this video we'll cover 1. What the digital ID card plan is and how it would work. 2. The government's stated goals. 3. The key concerns and criticisms. 4. How this compares with past attempts/practices. 5. What to watch out for as the plan unfolds. What is the proposed digital ID card? The UK government has announced that British citizens and permanent residents will be required to have a digital ID card in order to get a job. Unlike carrying a physical card at all times, the government says the ID card won't necessarily have to be shown every time. For those without smartphones, the system is supposed to cater for non-digital access. The plan is still in early stages. The government will hold a public consultation to decide many of the details. So in short, the ID will be mandatory for employment, but not necessarily for day-to-day interactions. Government's rationale. Why it was introduced. One of the main arguments by the government is that the digital ID will help reduce unauthorized immigration by making it harder for people to find jobs in the underground or informal economy. The government also believes it will simplify access to public services such as healthcare, welfare, childcare, and other state benefits. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said it will make it tougher to work illegally, making our borders more secure, while also enabling ordinary citizens countless benefits, like being able to prove your identity to access key services swiftly. The plan is also tied to broader immigration control efforts, including reducing the pull factors that encourage migrants to attempt to cross the English Channel. These are ambitious goals. If implemented well, a digital identity system could streamline service delivery and enforcement. But the ambitions also raise serious questions. So let's examine some of the criticisms next. Concerns, criticisms, and risks. An introduction of identity cards is a highly contentious issue in the UK, historically seen by many as an intrusion on civil liberties. Civil rights groups worry that mandatory digital ID might infringe personal privacy, data protection, and individual freedom. There is concern about how securely the data will be stored, who will have access, and whether misuse or surveillance could be enabled. The UK tried to introduce biometric ID cards under Tony Blair about 20 years ago. That plan was dropped amid strong public and parliamentary opposition. Some critics argue the UK has traditionally resisted becoming a papers, please society in contrast to continental European systems. The idea of always proving one's identity raises political and philosophical concerns. Another issue. Will all citizens, especially vulnerable populations, have equal access to the system, for instance, those without smartphones? Though the proposal claims to allow for non-smartphone users, implementation is critical. Those are significant challenges. The devil will lie in the details. Encryption standards, who controls the data, oversight, appeals, and more. Historical context and comparison. As mentioned, the UK has previously tried to introduce biometric identity cards which were scrapped after heavy resistance. Many other countries have national identity systems or compulsory ID cards already. So the UK moving toward a digital ID is not unique globally. The UK will need to balance efficiency, security, and civil liberties in ways that other systems have struggled with. By looking at how other countries have implemented digital identity, e.g. Estonia, India, etc., there are lessons to be learned, both good and cautionary. Expect public consultation to be an important stage. Citizens and stakeholders will have a chance to shape the policy. Key details to monitor. Data privacy protections, encryption, and access controls. How non-smartphone users will interact with the system. Oversight and accountability. Who audits the system? The cost of implementation and who bears it. What mandatory for work means in practice. Will all employers require it? The political reception will be crucial. If public opinion is strongly opposed, the plan could face significant pushback in Parliament. Also, the technological robustness. Identity systems are attractive targets for hackers. If you live in the UK or follow digital identity systems worldwide, this is a policy to watch very closely. It has the potential for strong benefits, but also deep risks. Closing. So that's the latest on the UK's plan to introduce mandatory digital identity cards. What do you think? Is this a step toward modernization and security, or a step too far in state surveillance? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos on this and other cutting-edge policy developments. Thanks for watching Discovery Learning. See you next time.